Welcome to today's episode. My name is Jules, and today I want to talk about how stepping into the 5D dimension, now that Pluto is in Aquarius for 20 years, it's kind of going to be the real shit about how to live our lives. Like, we have been living our lives for the past years, putting too much into discipline and too much into blaming ourselves about all the things that we should be doing and that we aren't doing. All of this procrastination, multitasking, anxiety, it's all about the same idea that we are not enough and that we need to follow productivity, that we need to do and to be important just because we are productive, because we are having results, and results are measured by how much money we are making. And that in our society has built in the past years too much anxiety. It has built a lot of burnout on a lot of people, but especially the new generations are like looking up to people that pretend and tell that they are happy or that they are successful because they made it, they made millions, and they post videos of themselves with luxury cars and all of this money around them. And so it's like we became more superficial because we can see how people live their lives. We can show other people what we do every day, how we live our lives, and how much money we have or how much we use our money for different things. And especially in these superficial ways that we have been seeing for the past years, how people travel, buy things, spend money, and it all had been also part like of a business of consumerism, right? So it's like it makes you feel like you're not enough, that you need more, that you need to follow that goals, that multimillionaire goals, and that it can happen for you just from one day for the other. Like you can do it in an easy way, right? And that lead to a lot of scams and to a lot of cults also. And that is like the end of an era of Pluto in Capricorn. In a way, that was the old ways of treating superficially goals, money, and this idea of who we should become and who we should be. But from now on, the energy is going to change. It's going to be totally different. And it's going to be different also, especially for the new generations that are going to be born after this Pluto in Aquarius. The kids that are going to be born for this next 20 years are going to know that being authentic is the real asset of life, is the real happiness, is the real purpose. Finding your place where you are bringing something new to the table, right? You're bringing your gifts, you're bringing your talents that makes you be original, be different, be better than the rest in a way, because what you do, nobody else can do it the same way that you do it. But at the same time, find a community where you can share that and share it without ego, share it without following the money, without following this ego of feeling better, superior. But on the other hand, finding a community where you can build this sense of belonging all together, where you can help and contribute with your gifts to other people's lives and make it better, and give purpose to everything that you do every day. You're not going to just want money to buy things or to travel the world. There has to be a higher purpose behind that. If you want to travel, there has to be a purpose why you want to go there. And it has to be a purpose that's not buying things. It has to be a purpose that helps and contributes, that your soul is going to that country or to that place because it's going to meet other souls and it's going to leave a seed in that place, an energy in that place. So the real gift of traveling is that you're sharing your energy with other people, to other countries, spreading your light everywhere, and also receiving light from other people, knowledge, talents, and anchoring the remembrance of places. Places have energy. So sometimes when you travel to a different country or a different location, you can meet people that change your life. You can have experiences that awaken you in a deeper and profound sense of who you are. It's like your soul is collecting different pieces that were spread all around the world, and it's like you need to go and find them. And so that happened for me when I went to Israel the first time. And this is something that's written, like it's said by the Kabbalah, right? By Judaism, that your soul needs to go back to Israel. You need to go back to that place. And your soul needs to find those pieces that are going to find when you land Israel. And that really happened to me. It was super, super intense when the plane landed. And I wasn't even connected to all of the spirituality. It was just really, it was a connection soul to soul, like my soul to the land, right? I started crying with happiness when the plane landed. And it was incredible because it was like I was coming back to Israel, actually. I landed in Israel the first time. I was there for 10 days. Then I went to Europe, and then I came back to Israel for another 10 days. But it was all in the same trip. So when I went back to the last 10 days, and I think it was like a plane to like Italy, Israel, or something like that. And my heart just was full of happiness, of like, I'm coming back home, right? It was like this sensation of I'm collecting this piece of my soul that I needed to go experience for this next 10 days that were super intense, because I went to the city of the Kabbalah, like where Kabbalah started, and to Safat. So I was staying there for 7 days in Safat, and it was a huge experience, and I felt like my soul had lived there before, and it was the first time I went there, and it was huge because I'm in the other point of Earth, feeling like I knew this place, and it's totally different from Buenos Aires, and it's like a huge difference, like cultural difference. It was like the opposite everywhere. I could see how opposite it was to where I was born, to Buenos Aires. And it was so intense and so abundant for me to see this other bubble of culture, of people, of religion, of way of living life. And it was so disruptive to my mind that people were normalizing things that for me were super awkward, right? Like super different. And this was their normal there. Like that's what they do every day, right? And I was the one that didn't fit in there. But it doesn't matter, like all of that and living life with that intensity of coming back home. That's like the difference of how you want to travel and how you want to make money to travel. Like, it's not about buying things. And I think that for this 20 years that are going to come, a lot of things are going to change. But a lot of things are going to change in the mindset of people. like whether you want it or not, a lot of beliefs that used to be real for everyone are not going to be real anymore, because technology is going to prove us wrong, and it's going to allow us to be able to prove that resources are unlimited. The sun is unlimited, right? That we have abundance for everyone. And I really hope this change to be like that. I have all of these positive intentions for this 20 years ahead, that life is going to become super magical. That's how I can say it. I love, and I always loved seeing all of these futuristic series, you know, like movies, and I love, like, I cannot see things of the history and the past. I love seeing things of the future, and how with our limiting beliefs and egos, people create those series thinking that there's always like an apocalypse. Like there's always something in the future that it's bad, right? It's never like a futuristic optimistic future, right? It's always like something like apocalyptic. It's everybody's dying, everybody is just in war or whatever, at war, or I don't know. But there are a lot of things that make you think, right? About robots or technology or like artificial intelligence. We are one step like entering this era where we're going to create our movie, our futuristic movie. It's going to be this 20 years. We are going to live that reality, and it's not going to be a movie anymore. The thing is, we have been unconsciously projecting that technology and advancement in technology comes with apocalyptic. Like, want it or not, there's always like extraterrestrials or robots or whatever, but there's always like wars or I don't know, limiting resources. Everybody's dying. Like there's always something going the wrong way. And we need to change that perspective, because that technology is going to happen. I'm not going to enter this idea of extraterrestrials, because I do believe in them. Like I am hoping for them to come. I am hoping for them to be the miracle, for us not to like enter a third world war or whatever. Like I think that this is something we need to change our mindset and our perspective. It's a little bit egoistic and limiting to think that we are the only intelligent beings on the whole cosmos, right? Like this is too much, it's too big, it's too huge for us to be just the only beings that have conscious life on a planet, right? So just thinking about that, like it's everything is too macro, it's too big for us to be the only ones. And just by rationalizing it, I'm not saying like they are watching us, they are bad, they like extraterrestrials. Like I don't want to enter that, but it's just like we should be open to that idea, right? We should start being less fearful and start question, like, do we really believe all of the movies and all of the stories that we have been told for years, or are we going to create a new one? Which story do we want to create? Because this technology is going to come in and life is going to change. The way we know it right now, we're not going back to this. This is prehistoric, right? Like we are so underdeveloped that we like cannot even imagine how our lives will change. Like each year, every year we're going to have so much change, revolutionary technology changing our lives so quick and so amazing that we're going to become resilient to the idea of change, right? We're going to start to embrace it. There's like no point of trying to repress yourself from integrating the new changes, the new technologies, the new way of doing things, and the new mentality. Like, we need to let go a lot of beliefs and things that used to be dualistic, right? Like spirituality and science don't come together. Well, that's not going to be real anymore. Or like trying to be like kind of a hippie and also like being abandoned. We think that that is two things that they cannot come together, like being spiritually and being abandoned. And at the same time, like that's not going to be real. Like, that's not real, but it's going to be proven that we can have like holistic communities with a lot of abundance, and we are going to start building that abundance into Earth, anchoring the new Earth, because Pluto in Aquarius is going to privilege all of the souls that are living in this philosophy that's already 5D. And the ones that are still wanting to stay with the Capricorn mindset of following money or traveling and buying things just because, they're going to be poor. They're going to start feeling poor, and money's not going to be enough. And they're going to feel it, and they're going to not have the tools to actually like build up from there. But on the other hand, the people that have been working on their purpose, they have been working on themselves all these years, and then know what their talents are and what their authenticity is, are going to be able to share this energy and anchor this abundance into their communities, are going to create and be leaders of these communities. And that is a real change that we are going to be part of, and that we should be co-creating now, like a hope for the future. What is it that's going to happen? What is it that will change? We don't know. But what we can is to put the glasses of positivism, right? Like optimism. Put the glasses of seeing everything as the best thing for evolution, and being beacons of light, light workers over the world, sharing our talents, our beliefs, our positivism, sharing that happiness, talents, and being an example for all those people that are still wanting to stay in the 3D life that has already finished. There's no place for those beliefs anymore. People are still wanting to live life with those loyalties to their families or to money, and it's about energy right now. And we're going to change this paradigm, and we need to help people change and shift their mindset and their paradigms so that they don't suffer the change that's coming. And we are the leaders of this new earth because we have been working on ourselves for too long, so that now we can come out of this spiritual closet and help people embrace their light, help people become this new version of themselves in the 5D that are really at peace with going with the flow and not convincing anyone that they are enough just because they are millionaires. They know they are enough because they feel it inside. The feeling of being enough just because you are you, and not because of the things that you have or because of the titles that somebody else gave you, but instead of who you are and how much you can give and share and help other people. And this consciousness is going to spread for this next years, and we need to be those leaders that give this example to the souls that are still a little bit lost in how to live their lives with this change in energy that's going and that's happening. And the way of doing this is to living behind the expectations of feeling and having a full agenda of things to do. Seeing productivity as how much things you're doing every day, how much money you're earning every day, and how much productive you are in the material world instead of the spiritual world. The productivity is going to be now a different concept. It's going to be productive to heal every day, to read a book every day, to do the inner work, to help someone, to give and share your talents, to contribute, to spread your voice, to learn something new. It's not about making money or working hard, sacrifice. That's just Capricorn, and that's gone. And the way of embracing this new mindset is to allow yourself to go with the flow of what your soul tells you to do every day. And this is really, really, really hard for a lot of people. Because we want to control things. We want to put a goal in our mind. And like we have been raised to think that we need to work hard and we need to build up every day with sacrifice to achieve that goal. But now the energy has changed, and the way of achieving things doesn't come from the ego. And the only way to achieve purpose things and purpose goals, which are the goals that we need to be seeding, planting, and wanting, desiring, is to work with your soul as a co-creator. Because those things that you came here to do, and those real goals that your soul has, are not ego-based. And you don't know how to achieve them. You don't know the step-by-step to take to reach there, to get there, to get where you ambition. Because you will have visions of the future. You will have connection with your future timelines so that you can tell your soul and your universe, this is a timeline that I'm in, that I want to build. So the universe is going to give you a lot of ideas, a lot of visions, a lot of timelines, but you need to choose which are the goals of all of these ideas, of all of these goals that you see yourself doing. Choose the one that you really feel that you came to do in this lifetime, that your avatar chooses to build on, that's motivated, that wants to have in their life, the results that you want and the lifestyle that you desire to live right now. And choose that vision. Create a vision board, create that image in your life, in yourself, of the future that you're going, the goals that you're going for. And now let it go. And now just tell your soul that you are ready to just live every day doing the things that you're guided to do, to reach that end, to reach that happiness and that vision of the future, because we don't know how to get there. And we cannot control the step-by-step of how to get there. If this is really a soul desire, there is no step-by-step. But we are guided in the here and now with the things that we can do today that are in our control. So we are guided with insights from our soul. Insights that tell us, do this today, at this time, at this moment. And the way that we have these insights, it's by our desires. Because the desire that comes from soul is not our ideas, like the creativity or these ideas, like suddenly we think of someone and somebody calls us, and all of those synchronicities that we experience throughout the day. That's our co-creation with our soul, telling us where to go, what to do next. But for that, we need to be present. We need to be seeing what's going on around us right now and not thinking about tomorrow or 5 years ahead of time, because we can't control what's going to happen. We don't even know where we will be living, we will be 5 years from now. So there's no point in thinking even about tomorrow, because everything's changing so quickly and so rapidly that planning ahead of time is kind of like a waste of time, because there's no way we are going to connect today with the reality of that future. We are not ready to manifest and control our future just right here, right now. And if we are present, if we are doing every day the things that our soul guides us to do, and we take action, aligned action, without procrastination, without putting excuses or doubting or saying that we don't have time, that we cannot do these things because we have our agenda full of other distractions and full of other things that we don't want to do and that we're not supposed to be doing. So this is a state of consciousness. This is not easy, because we have a lot of people that are still in this mindset where they have to do things. They have to go to work, they have to go to the gym, they have to whatever. And so your agenda is full of distractions that don't allow you to be in the here and now, in the present moment, feeling what your soul is guiding you to do and enjoying that the day has 24 hours for everyone. And this is where we can be millionaires in abundance with the same conditions given to everybody. And that is, the day has 24 hours for everybody. And we all have a soul and we all have a body, right? So we are the ones that choose and take our own personal decisions. And that's the same given conditions for everyone. We are free. Even though we might believe we are not. It's not real. We are free. We might not have the consciousness to realize. And that's the difference, because some people are ancient souls, are old souls, and that people have already gained the spiritual merit and the consciousness to be ready to embrace this truth, that we all have the capability of choosing what we do every day. We're not slaves. And from now on, just now, November 2024, Pluto has entered Aquarius and the energy has changed. We cannot keep on using the excuses of Capricorn, of sacrifice, of we should be doing, I should be doing, I can't, I shouldn't. That has ended. That's like the old era where we were still in that beliefs, and those beliefs were still truth in a way, truthful in a way. But now they are not. There is so much things that are changing that we aren't aware of. But energetically, the change is already here. We have been preparing for this change for the whole 2024, and now the change is here. So if you are an old soul, that you probably are if you're listening to this, you are ready to embrace the 5D right now. And as fast as you can embrace this, the fastest that your life's going to change and become that future vision that you desire to live every day. And live on purpose and live in abundance and become that person that does every day what he or she wants to do and enjoys life, because there is no need for evolution from pain, from suffering, from sacrifice. We are in a different energy right now. There's no need for sacrifice. We can enjoy and evolve from being the example that happiness, that 5D abundance is a real for you, and it can be real for a lot of other people. So we are the pioneers because we are the old souls that already have the consciousness to understand this and can be the examples for other people that are not old souls, that are still glinting, like wanting to stay in these 3D lives, but are going to see all of this change and all of this evolution from other people, and they want to know how you do it. They want to need your help. They are going to ask for your help. And we need to be those light workers that help others to co-create with the universe their 5D life, their purpose, and this new era of Aquarius, where being original and sharing your talents is going to be your asset. It's going to be your real abundance. And being original and not belonging to the mediocrity and to doing what everybody else is doing, but instead trying to find in yourself, what is it that you do better? What is it that you do different that is going to help others, and it's going to help a community, to find yourself in that community and share yourself without limiting beliefs, without sacrifice, without should, without I should, I shouldn't. Instead, following your heart and your insights of your soul each and every day, because your consciousness is old enough, is adult enough to take responsibility of every day doing something that it is actually spiritually productive. You're not going to stay every day watching Netflix or, I don't know, the news. Your soul doesn't resonate with that. You're going to do the things that you've been created if you allow yourself to just have that space in your agenda. Have the full 24 hours of your day to co-create with your soul and not your ego, not telling your avatar what you should do today or what you should do tomorrow or planning ahead of time. Just living in the right here, in the right now, is going to make you pay the bills, because your soul is so abundant in this new era. It's so conscious that it's going to make you do things that are going to be easy, that are going to be spiritually productive, and it's going to give you real abundance. It's going to be a magnet to money. But you need to be living in that frequency. You need to become that person that allows its soul to take leadership, authority, and not your ego. So every time you want to do something or make yourself plan ahead of time and tell you that tomorrow you should be doing this or you should be doing that, at what time, at what timing you should go to the gym, you just let it go and tell your angels, your soul, to plan for you the best timing to do the things that you need to do at the best moment, in the best day, at the best climate, at the best synchronicities, that you're going to listen. So now the responsibility of your co-creation is to act upon the insights every day without excuses. And that's the only responsibility that you have. And you might have limiting beliefs that you're ready when an insight comes in and tells you to do something that's really out of your comfort zone. But if it's coming, then you should do it. You are ready. It's time to be extraordinary. It's time to be abundant with passive income. It's time to be abundant without effort, without sacrifice. And that the only way of doing that is by allowing yourself to go with the flow of the right here, right now, that your soul tells you at each and every moment, and take action without procrastination. Do the things that your soul aligns you to do. So if you want to go for a walk right now, then go for a walk right now. Don't start saying, I have to wash the dishes, because procrastinate your desire. Because you will come back from a walk and you will wash the dishes with a whole smile in your face, right? But you need to allow yourself to say yes to your life, say yes to things that you desire and that you want. Because it's not just that. Maybe you go for a walk and you meet someone, and at that time you are going to meet that person, not afterwards. And there's something even higher and bigger that we cannot control. But when we allow to go with the flow and with the synchronicities and with the desires that the soul plants on us, we are going to be in the best timeline, in the best abundant, happy, productive timeline that we can be. But the really spiritual work that we need to do is to leave our agenda clean. And for that, we need to clean a lot of beliefs, a lot of limiting beliefs, a lot of control. It's not easy. Actually, it looks easy. It looks really easy, but it's not. If you're really an old soul and a conscious soul, you know it's not so easy. But once you start, once you give permission to try it, you will see how life starts to change for good and how you enjoy your life so much. You're so present to smell the flowers, right? To taste your food, to enjoy your life. And that's the only way that we can enjoy our lives. Because if not, we are always looking out for the next thing, the next goal, the next thing that we want to buy, that we want to travel, that we want to go, that we want to become. And that's not abundance. That's not really happiness. Trying to achieve things and achieving them is not going to make you happy. If you don't know how to stop and smell the roses, stop and embrace who you are and the life that you have and the time that you have, that is your life, the time that you have to spend it with yourself, to spend your life doing things that you want to do, but being present while you do it. And the magic, the extra happiness that you're going to have is once you know that you're doing what your soul tells you to do. So you know that everywhere you go, like something magical is going to happen. Like you don't know what, but you know that there is like a higher consciousness co-creating with you. And that is so amazing because we cannot build with our egos this magic, this alignment. It's higher, it's bigger, it's better than what we can even think of or possibly like want to co-create. It's like every time we think about something and then something better happens and then something greater and more aligned happens for us that we couldn't even think of that solution or possibility or opportunity. And so that's the way of living in the 5D, in union of this responsibility of co-creating your life. You are not your ego. You're not the only one responsible of your life. There is a soul in your body. There is a higher purpose of why you are here and here in this timeline, in this moment, with Pluto entering Aquarius and starting a new era, the new era of Aquarius. You are ready. You came here on Earth to be ready, to be a pioneer, to be a leader of how to live this new Earth with this new consciousness, of allowing your soul to co-create each and every day just by being present and acting upon the insights that your soul gives you. And this is super, how can I say it, valuable. This is like a jewel in your life. To understand this and to act upon this, it's going to change your life. This is a life-changing mindset. This is big. But you need to commit yourself to actually like not just listen to this podcast, but actually act upon this. Your soul gave you this insight to listen to this. And you're here because it's time to co-create with your soul. And this is the proof that you are ready, that you're an old soul, and that this is how you should start letting go and enjoying your life, because everything is given. There's already there for you. This abundance, this vision, everything is already there for you. But you just need to receive it in the right here, right now, and act upon all the insights that your soul gives you to become that person that has the vessel, right? The container to receive all of this. You need to become that person. You need to be and jump, like do quantum jumps all the time and take these leaps of faith, because your soul is not just going to give you little insights, just go for a walk. It's one insight behind the other. And once you realize in a full week, you're in a different timeline. You're a different person. You have different mindsets. You have become a full new being just in a couple days. This is huge, but you need to commit yourself to take action towards this mindset. And 100%, 24/7, allow yourself to quantum leap, to quantum jump towards this version of yourself that co-creates your life with your soul. And it takes action without procrastination, without excuses, without saying tomorrow I will do it. Just ask the angels, ask the universe, your soul, to put all of the conditions for you to be easy to do it, for everything to just align in the perfect timing, in the divine order, so that you finish that task that your soul is giving you the best enjoyable way possible. And this might seem a little bit too good to be true for a lot of people. And this is the new era of the 5D dimension. Your soul always knew that you have this capability of manifesting while you enjoy your life and doing it in an easy, enjoyable way. You know it. You are resonating with this because this is no new news for you. You're just listening to this and remembering and making sense of a huge truth. The truth that your soul was trying to make you wake up for this past year or more. But now it made you click on this podcast. And now the insight is here. The knowledge is here. And now you have to take responsibility. How are you going to act on after you hear this? I am just a channel of this message. I am a proof, I'm a living proof of this truth, but also I am a channel, and this is my insight that I am taking action upon, recording this podcast and sending it out there. Even though I have a lot of limiting beliefs that tell me this is too huge, this is too disruptive to a lot of people to even listen to this. And why am I doing this in English? Just because my soul told me, record, right now, record. I wasn't even knowing what I was going to say. And that's how I record mostly everything that I record in my channel, right? But this is the first time I'm kind of like doing it in English. So that's how you act upon. It doesn't matter. You don't explain yourself why you do it in English, why you are recording yourself, what are you going to say. You just do it. Don't think about it. Do it. And let the universe co-create what's going to happen next. Don't try to think why you're doing this. Why? What do you want? What results do you want by doing this? I don't know. My soul told me to do this. I don't know who is going to listen to this. I don't even care. Sorry, but I don't care. My soul cares. Like, my soul is worrying about how to put this in the right hands, in the right ears to listen to these insights, because this is huge. This is like really important message.
It's not for everyone, but I was guided to share this message because there are people that need to listen to this. And I'm not the one that knows who. Who are those people? My soul, the energy of the universe knows, and it's going to take care of this, not me.
So, with this being said, I want to end up this video by thanking you for being that person that needed this message. And I would love you to tell me what are the insights that you received from this channeled message. And if you liked it and if it was helpful, let me know. I want to get to know you. I want to know that I am being guided and it's important, right? So like, I know that it is important, but there is a way of validating all these insights with this feedback. So I'm asking you for this feedback because I know that it can also help other people understand that these insights are important, not just because you have this vision and your life can become better if you do it, but also because you're helping other people have the life that they want to have. And it's important because other people are also connecting, and we are all connected when we start doing the things with alignment. And the feedback is just a validation that we are all connected and that your soul needed this message. Maybe you were thinking about all of this at the same time, and now you're listening to this. So all of those synchronicities that reach you to listen to this are all feedback and validation for everyone in this channel listening to this message. And maybe it's going to be like a motivation, and it's really going to be helpful for other people to trust, to have this confidence, to letting go and put this into practice in their lives, because now is the time. It wasn't before, right? But now we're in a different timeline. We're in a different energy. We are in different possibilities that we can co-create from like a higher dimension. And our soul is remembering, and more information is going to be channeled because we are now capable of listening like in a higher volume what our soul tells us to do and guide us to do. So now it's easy to talk about following your soul guidance because the volume is up. It's really, really, really high. And even in your dreams, maybe in the synchronicities, maybe like other people talking about the same things. And those are the insights of your soul. Those are how your soul communicates with you. But now you're capable of listening and being able to understand it, to like embrace that message. You understand what your soul is telling you to do. You don't have doubts of what, like, are you like interpreting like right or wrong? Like, is this like what I should do or not? Like, you know what your soul is trying to tell you. But now you need this trust, this first leap of faith of putting it into practice, putting it into, you know, like out there, and let's see what happens. Just like a game. Let's see what happens for a week. Let's see what happens for 2 weeks. Let's see what happens. And just like a little kid, play with the universe, co-create with the universe, ask and you shall receive. And with this being said, I hope you are ready to start this new era of your life with this consciousness spreading and being a beacon of light wherever you are at this time in the world. Let me know. I want to know you. I want to know where you are at. And I hope you leave a message 1 week afterwards, 2 weeks afterwards, to let me know how much your life changed, how good your life become. Thank you, thank you, thank you for listening to me. See you on the next episode. Bye.